So, welcome to another episode of Indisputable Evidence. We back again. I'm your co-host, Anthony Beck, along with my other co-host,
Jerry Brown.
Your man Marcus.
Your boy Darnell.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
I wish I could say great, bro, but not doing great.
Matter of fact, Jerry, you were doing horrendously, actually.
Yeah, bro, it's a bad time, bro. It's a bad time for my C's, bro. You know, I'm here nevertheless. I'm breathing. It's all right.
Well, good. Thank God for that. But we got a special guest joining us for the first time tonight. We got Chantel Sean joining us. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, guys. I didn't know I was going to be in a room with a bunch of like Celtics fans, Heats fans. So this is going to be a fun show today. Thanks for having me on.
Definitely, and we'll be talking. We'll recap the Western Conference Finals as well. Gerald, you got some explaining to do with your prediction a couple weeks ago on that, but yeah. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into that now. So, the Denver Nuggets swept the Los Angeles Lakers. They won last night. What was it? I forgot the score already.
113-11.
113-111. And honestly, if you looked at every single game, that's pretty much what the scores pretty much were. All games were close games. The Lakers had plenty of opportunities to win these games. They just couldn't close. So what was you guys' takeaway from that series besides the obvious with Joker?
Chantel, if you want to go ahead and
Okay, I didn't know if you guys wanted me to talk first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, I think Denver right away, we know how good they are offensively. And we know that they play the two-man game with Jokic and Jamal Murray. But I think the biggest pieces, and going back to that game, was the fact that Aaron Gordon started hitting threes. Like, he hit that three that cut it to a 7-point lead for the Lakers. They came back being down 15. Once they took away all that momentum from the Lakers, I was like, it's a wrap. There's no way that the Lakers are going to be able to come back in this one after they pretty much got like their heart ripped out, because they had a good lead going into it. LeBron was playing like vintage Bron, doing whatever he wanted on the court. But I think the biggest thing about the Denver Nuggets is we know how good Nikola Jokic is. He's going to do his thing. He's going to do Nikola Jokic things. Jamal Murray is finally we're seeing like a little bit of what we kind of saw in the bubble, because he needs to be a monster in the finals if they're going to win, especially if it's going to be against Darnell's Heat. Because I think a guy like Jimmy Butler is probably going to eat alive a guy like Aaron Gordon. You know what I mean? Just because like we know how Jimmy is. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, I think it's just the bench, like KCP, Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon. You got a guy like MPJ. If MPJ can drop like close to 20 points a game, Denver's really hard to beat because they're so good offensively. There's a lot of depth there. And I think that was the issue for the Lakers, because like coming into it, we thought that, a guy like, we knew Reeves was going to play well because he's been playing well throughout the playoffs, but where was D'Angelo Russell? He was missing. Like, we should put him on a milk carton because he was nowhere to be found. He had like 4 points in the game and he needed a bigger game in that. And then you look at a guy that, Anthony Davis, 21 points. That's not good in an elimination game. Like, that's not enough. Bron dropped 40 points. I think Anthony Davis had to have a big game and he just didn't. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't think he retires. There's all this talk about him retiring. I think we're going to get like a farewell tour for LeBron. I still think he wants to play with Bronny, but I think there's going to be some movement for the Lakers. I could see Kyrie probably signing there in the offseason. Do they keep AD? Like, there's a lot of questions still, but those were kind of my thoughts on what happened in the series.
Yeah. Pretty much the third quarter was what killed them, because it was 33-16 Denver in that third quarter after coming down from 15 in the first half. When Aaron Gordon, he was a guy who struggled in the series scoring wise. I think he averaged like 6 points up to this game. He finished 21 here. Because they made the adjustment where they had Anthony Davis on him and took him off of Jokic, and they kind of had Gordon in the dunker spot, which kind of kept AD ability to roam around and try to help off whoever was guarding Jokic. And the adjustment was Aaron Gordon had to beat them from outside to give them any real respect and help their spacing out. And he shot with confidence and he knocked those shots down. Because he's a guy who averaged 16 points and like 56% shooting, I want to say. So he had to kind of revert to that form here, and he did at the perfect time. And get Michael Porter Jr., when he's giving you 15 to 17, somewhere close to 20, you're not beating this team, period. Because Murray's going to get his. Joker's Joker. The step back three with the shot clock going down.
Oh my God,
crazy.
Bro. I was like, Because
Come
you've
on.
seen, like, okay, he's not going to hit that again. That's just but he hit it like 4 or 5 times in this series at game 1, then one in game 3, then the one we saw in game 4. He was unbelievable. No, he did whatever he wanted to. He made great passes. He backed everybody down. AD, who was playing the defense of his life in this entire playoff run, he couldn't do a thing with Joker. He was too small for him, really. Like, it was just not good for him.
Yeah, man.
That Joker hit is one of those shots where, like, if you're playing horse and you trying to make a comeback, that's when you just get desperate and you just break out one of those. That's pretty much what that was.
Yeah, and like I was telling you guys in the last pod, or I think it was the last or the one before, we were kind of breaking down the Denver LA series, and I said, watch out for the Bruce Brown D'Angelo Russell matchup. I think that's going to play a huge part in what happens. And when I tell you Bruce Brown and KCP both just dominated D'Angelo Russell and the guards, and Schroeder didn't have a great series. I mean, it was incredible to watch, man. I thought Bron and AD were going to kind of go back in time, go back to 2020 and kind of do their thing. But I think we saw just massive growth from Jokic, what separates him from a guy like Embiid, whom I respect. Jokic is a playmaker. You have to respect his game from the outside, from the post, mid-range, even in transition. He's essentially a big 7-foot guard in transition. So it's like those guys fit so well together. They have great coaching. Jamal Murray that guy was playing crazy ball, bro. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, respect to Denver, man. They put together a heck of a series, for real.
Yeah. And what you said about transition, that was a big thing because the Lakers transition defense all series, really all year,
all season,
bad.
Yeah.
Off a miss shot, off a make. Jokic was taken out. They were pushing. It was an outlet pass that led to an easy layup, an easy trailing 3 from Marco Porter, or they got in their action quick. They got whatever they wanted off of misses and off of makes, even everything they got. Yep. They got. So that was really good. That was the big difference.
And it all ended up being such a close game at the end where they really had a really good chance to win it all. And, just quite frankly, LeBron, who just ran out of gas. And I think that's like a common factor with Lakers this season is that they just had to put so much effort between Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and they could never really get into the same page this whole entire season. Like earlier this series, we had like a 40-point performance from Anthony Davis, who really showed out, but LeBron James didn't have much in that series. So really, it really is kind of sad, to see LeBron go out like that, to see the Lakers not continue it. But you got to give props to the Denver Nuggets. They are just an epitome of a championship team at this level in terms of rebounding, playmaking, getting everybody involved. Even in a game like this where they're benching and give them so much in terms of offense, Bruce Brown and Jeff Green and provided some solid minutes. You finally got a game from Aaron Gordon. So it really is a well-completed, well-rounded team. So not many teams can beat them, but we'll see in the finals.
Yeah, for me, it was the role players, KCP, Bruce Brown, Michael Porter Jr., who is continuing to show glimpses really of why he was the number 1 recruit in the country coming out of high school. You're starting to see him, get healthy, and that 3-point shot is getting a whole lot better. He continues to hit that shot. Is pretty much a done deal. And they're so well coached. I mean, Joker's like another coach out there as well, and he sees everything from the court. You can try. And the Lakers tried to play zone on him. It was like, why? Like, he's just gonna kick it out to open shooters right there. Like, Joker is the last player you want to play zone against. You pretty much have to. You don't have to play him one-on-one. Put a guy on the island and hope for the best. But I mean, he's gonna continue to get his.
And there were so many times I kept seeing the Lakers. Every time he got the ball in the paint and took a dribble, they would send somebody to help, but they would help off the feet. I was like, don't help off of that guy. What are you doing?
It was terrible, bro.
Yeah, you can help off of him. Guess what? Jamal Murray's open. KCP's open. Porter Jr.'s open. And
even Bruce Brown in the corner, bro, the man was knocking down shots. It's like, what do you do, bro?
And I agree with putting D'Angelo Russell on a milk carton. As a matter of fact, forget the milk carton. You're calling the FBI for this because he robbed the Lakers of whatever money that he got Like that's highway robbery. We calling the feds on this.
Hey, I mean, AB, he had a good postseason, bro. I mean, I think it just comes down to the fact that everybody on Denver's team, bro, they have a role and they know how to play it perfectly. It's been that way all year.
Disappear like that. If you have, like, he was nowhere to be found the entire series, and it's sad to see because you know the talent is there, but it's just for some reason he just continues to shoot his teams out of games.
Yeah,
it's like you don't have. And last night it got to a point where he was kind of scared to shoot the ball. Like I'm gonna be honest, he was scared to shoot the ball. Like you got open shots there, you just passing them up, you turn the ball over. I think he just lost his confidence this series, but you give credit to Denver. They made it very difficult for him, and I feel like they're going to be a tough out in the finals. Whether it's Miami or Boston, never know. But
all right, come on now, we know.
They're get out of here, bro. I know get out of here, man. Come on.
I have to remember, as a Yankee fan, I'm still scarred by the Red Sox completing the 3-0 comeback.
Hey, but you have like 7 teams, not just the Yankees.
No.
Ooh, you can't have 7 teams.
He really
Is this true?
Lying about the 7 teams.
Okay, my bad. I apologize. 3 teams.
That is scarring. I mean, you just never know. I mean, I saw it. I'm like, you know what? At this point, anything's possible. So you never know, but they're going to be a very, very tough out in the finals. And if it is Miami, Bam, my brother, you're going to be on the island. So, yeah, it's just gonna have to happen.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the athleticism to stick with him and get rebounds, but
probably
you can't stop Jokic, man. You just at best can contain him. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I think Miami's a good matchup for them though, because like coming in, we were thinking like no Tyler Hero, no Victor Oladipo, and that the Celtics had more depth and they were the better shooting team offensively. But that's what Miami's been. You got like Gabe Vincent dropping 29 points. Like that's crazy, right? Caleb Martin dropping 18 off the bench. Like that guy could be probably a starter on another team somewhere. Like Caleb Martin's really gotten better since he got released from Charlotte and all of that. So I actually think Denver, it's going to be a good matchup because I don't know who's going to stop Jimmy on that team. Because I don't see a guy like MPJ or Aaron Gordon stopping Jimmy, man. Like, I just don't see it happening. Like, that guy's playing unreal right now.
By the way, I'm glad you brought up Caleb Martin. I see the J. Cole vinyl in your background. Thank you, J. Cole. I appreciate the lob because if you heard the story, he called Caron Butler.
Yeah.
And, told him about Caleb Martin because he wasn't on the team. He just got released and went to a workout, pretty much balled, got back to the hotel, and then that's when we signed him to a 2-way deal. So, Cole, we appreciate you for that, brother.
Yeah, I'm not buying no more J. Cole music.
Oh, boo. You will.
I'm done, bro.
It's not their fault that Michael Jordan chose the wrong Martin twin, bro. It is what it is.
Hey. Look, I mean, but at the same time, if you look at Miami and just the way they develop players, that's pretty much what they do. You get a guy like Gabe Vincent, a guy like Caleb Martin, a guy like Duncan Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
They all play their roles really well, and they're developing. Tyler Hero not being there, I mean, that's a 20-point per game score. So, yeah, that's a big chunk of your scoring that you're missing, but the ball movement is still there. It's a different guy every night. It doesn't have to just be Jimmy, even though Jimmy's going to get his regardless. But even game 2, Caleb Martin, 25 points. Game 3, Gabe Vincent, 29. Duncan Robinson had 15 off the bench in game 2. And Caleb Martin, another 18 off the bench in game 3. I mean, different guys are stepping up. And for Boston, Jerry, I'll be honest, man. I don't think I've ever seen Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown look this discombobulated out there. I've never seen them they seem defeated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. And because these two guys are too talented to be playing this bad. They're way too talented. They were both number 3 overall picks for a reason. They are talented, but like what are you like? You're a Celtics fan. So what are you seeing what do you think it is? Like, what are you seeing that's troubling them for you?
Well, I kind of want to give credit to Miami first, and I kind of want to make a point. I was going back and watching some of our earlier podcasts when Darnell was kind of like, "I'm not watching the Heat no more. Like they suck. They freaking." Like, he was like on the verge of not watching.
We got it on record, Darnell.
Listen. I admit it. What Miami did this postseason is just incredible.
Now, Darnell, what you said earlier though, you said, and I'm a firm believer that Tyler Herro sometimes disrupts the offense. You said he hijacks the offense. And I remember as a Celtics fan, when Kyrie Irving went out before we went to the playoffs in 2018, I remember how well Terry Rozier played, Shane Larkin, Mook, Al Horford, young Jason Tatum. You see guys start to step up when they feel like they can be free and play. I'm going to be honest, man. I see a better defensive team. I see a more connected team on offense without Tyler Herro, but that's just me. But going back to AB's question about our Celtics, you get a sense that they are kind of reverting back to that ISO ball that they were kind of going through in the when Ime was coaching them that first half of the season. You just get a sense that they're not focused on defense. There's no sense of what should be going on as far as roles. I think when we were talking earlier in the podcast, probably around like January, I said the defense concerns me. And it's not because we can't play it. It's just we don't choose to play it. And throughout these playoffs, we have chosen not to play defense over and over again, letting James Harden put up 45 points on you. You know, it's just things like that keep happening over and over again. You kind of just have to say, hey, that was who we are all along. And Al Horford's showing his age as well, man. I mean, it's tough to watch what's going on. Joe Mazzulla, I love the guy. I think he's a great guy. But you can't just go out there freelancing against Spo. Spo is probably the greatest coach that I've seen outside of Pop and Phil Jackson, you know, other greats. I mean, that guy's a mastermind. He knows how to put together a game plan nightly and stop you in whatever way you're effective. And, you know, and they don't respect Jalen and Jason, in my opinion.
Jared,
why should they?
Before the season started, right after the season started, who on this podcast said that Boston would miss Ime Udoka?
Well, I mean, I think we all knew that would happen.
But it's even more glaring now because, there were defensive lapses under Udoka, but he fixed that real quick.
Yeah.
But except against the Warriors, there was no fixing against them. But for the most part, he fixed all those defensive lapses. Now it's happening more frequently, and I'm gonna be honest. I think this team's about to be broken up. I don't know who all's going to be gone, but I got a funny feeling that one of, if not both, Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart will be gone. I think it's going to be one of those two.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, man.
If not because of the season, the CBA is going to make it happen because of the rules in it.
I think personally it will be Marcus Smart.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been their leader since 2016. He's been their leader. Yeah, he's been there for a while. Yeah. He's their oldest guy. They already have guys who similarly can match the production that he can do. He's making them around 20 mil. It definitely seems like he's the odd man out.
It's looking dark.
But Jaylen Brown, man. 300 mil.
That's the question.
A lot of money.
There, man. Do you want to get 300 mil?
Chantel, what would you say as an outside fan? I know you don't like either of us, so.
Yeah, I definitely don't. No, I got respect for them though. I think honestly, if you took Jaylen Brown though and you put him on another team, he's a superstar.
Thank you. Oh
I think he has to play like second fiddle to Jason Tatum and let him do his thing. Jason Tatum's going to get more of the touches all the time, but Jaylen Brown is just back there and he's waiting to erupt. So if honestly, when they're playing good and it doesn't make any sense, right? Jason Tatum, 14 points last game. Jaylen Brown, 12 points last game. You're like, yo, what is going on right now? But together when they're playing good, and I've said this before, they're probably the best duo since Kobe and Shaq. When they're playing at their level that they're supposed to. But what we're seeing right now, like something's not working. There was rumors that they were trying to move Jaylen Brown throughout the season, But yo, if you move him somewhere else and you give him a big role, he's going to be a superstar. So I don't know if the Celtics want to break that up. I do agree with Darnell. I think Marcus Smart is out. I also think the actual oldest guy on the team, Al Horford, might be gone, even though he's like a good vet presence. You know what I mean? Like Al Horford, he's always going to be like really consistent. But yeah, I think something's going to happen. And I could even see them moving Jaylen Brown because there was some talk about it throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me thinks he wants to be moved because it's like every year he's in trade rumors. So I'm thinking he's thinking, well, hell, they're not committed to me, so why should I be committed to them? So when you're involved in trade rumors all the time, yeah, at some point that's gonna come to a head, and at some point you're gonna be like, yo, y'all seem like y'all don't want me here, so you might as well trade me somewhere where I'll be appreciated.
It's a thing you see all throughout NBA history with these type of duos, right? So you have two really talented young players that grow together throughout the years. One is considered the undisputed star of the group. Like, everyone knows it, there's no question. The other guy is the second banana who, at times, outplays the first option. At times. May not be as consistent, but he can get it done. Gets traded to another team, ends up balling out. And the end of the run between those two. It might happen here if they don't get back to the finals in the next year or so. Because I don't know if they've reached their ceiling together, but it's starting to look like it.
It's tough to watch, man, sometimes, but like you have to remember that most superstars enter their prime to like 28, 27, 28, 29. Yeah. So it's like, do we just wait it out? Like at some point they're going to win one if we just stick together, but it's like when, and you know, when we had a guy like Brad Stevens that was coaching very well, but he didn't have that ability to push the button like Ime. It just seems like there's always something. Whether Kyrie gets hurt, Gordon Hayward breaks his foot, you know, Jason Tatum darn near breaks his wrist. It's like there's always something with us, and we just can't. And Ime, Ime being, Ime, it's always something with us, bro.
I was trying to get that.
Hey man, we ain't had to bring all that up, man. It is what it is.
I'm just kind of sharing my trauma. That's all, bro.
No, trauma was that Gordon Hayward injury. I was trying to forget about that. Thanks for bringing it up, though. You know,
I was in my dorm room. I'm like, what is happening?
Hey, I like how you conveniently left out Kemba Walker too.
Oh,
right?
it's about basketball. Oh my god,
y'all remember those Kyrie's the better player, but Kemba's the better fit takes at the time,
bro.
All 2020 bubble, man. That's all they kept on saying.
Yep.
And speaking of which, I think even though it's a 3-0 series right now, like I said last week, we've established that these two franchises run the Eastern Conference right now. It's pretty much been like that. And I think Boston could get back there even next year. I really believe they can. I mean, there's enough talent. I think there's talks about possibly firing Joe Mazzulla. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they should do that. He's only 1 year into the job. You got to let the man grow. But you do have to kind of buffer that staff and improve it a little bit. Add a veteran coach to the staff. Add more veteran players to the roster.
See, right there, AB, that's the thing that people ain't talking about with them because their staff took a hit.
Real hard. Damon Stoudemire.
Damian Stoudemire. Big.
The biggest one because he was the one that kept everybody connected and kept everybody together. Once he left and took that Georgia Tech head coaching job,
it was over.
They have not been the same since.
I agree.
But yeah, and by the way, I hope he turns that program around because I need to see Georgia Tech winning again. I'm not a Georgia Tech fan, but I need to see them winning again.
Hey,
but,
trying to take it back to 1990 on them.
Yeah,
let's not go. Hey, my former football coach played at Georgia Tech, so I had to hear from him all the time. But and on top of that, he's depressed about that program.
Hey, bro, you want to know what's worse? My former assistant coach in high school played at Florida State.
Oh, that's tough.
Wow.
Yuck.
That's bad.
My cousin played there. I can't say. Well, you know what? I'll still tease him about that. But from the Miami side, Darnell, I'm gonna go to you first. What's been the most impressive thing you've seen with this team?
I got to keep on saying that once again. The fact that they're able to implement Duncan Robinson back into the system after him being completely outed, some might even say scapegoated, throughout the whole entire season, and then him coming back into the playoffs and being a functional rotational piece. Getting productive minutes from Caleb Martin, who's been by far, I think, the most consistent outside of Jimmy and Bam Heat player this whole entire playoff. Gabe Vincent refining his shot from this series, and he had a master class last night or Sunday. 29 points, 6 for 9 from 3.
Turning to Klay Thompson, bro. You got to be kidding me. This is
He looked crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And Jimmy and Bam, they had relatively cool nights the last game. Butler had 16, Bam had 13.
Yeah.
Remember how I was so excited that like the game 1 and game 2 they had 20 plus points together. So seeing both of them have a cool night and they're able to blow out the Boston Celtics is a really, really good sign that they really have Boston's number. So those are a couple of things that I've been mentioning.
Sadly, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this take here, but
I'm about Andre, man. That's my youngin, bro.
I will say he's been very impressive this postseason as well. You know, getting back into the rotation from his knee injury. And it's nice to see both him and Gabe actually playing well. It was always that one thing where it was like, oh, you need one in ahead of the other.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't necessarily do that. You're going to need both. But for me, it's honestly them finding their shooting again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we knew it was there. They just couldn't hit the side of a barn all season long. And then it's like the Milwaukee series happened. It's like, wait a minute. I don't know. At the game, I was like, I don't know if they'll shoot like that again. Then Milwaukee pretty much.
Come on, AB. You playing a Mike Budenholzer defense. Everybody
I mean, we were 27th in the league in shooting. So,
bro, that's pissing me off.
But like again, this is more or less.
I didn't honestly think they would shoot like that, but Duncan Robinson is somebody I was clamoring for to be back in the lineup for the past 2-3 months. I mean, I understood why he was out because defensively he wasn't playing well, but at some point, if you're not shooting the ball well and you're 27th in the league in shooting, that's your best shooter. You kind of need to put him out there to see if you can get something going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to see him work his way back into the rotation. And where did this drive to the lane and alley-oops to Bam? Where did all that come?
The offense say, what happened? What got into him?
I'm trying to figure out where that came from. I was like, wait a minute. He been out the rotation. So what he been doing is working on this.
Darnell's low key on the sticks, bro. That's all I can say. Darnell over there who
but Duncan Robinson, out of all the shooters that we have, always had the best 2-man game with Bam, just from that dribble handoff. So seeing that come back again, really good reminders for 2019, man.
I'm hoping we can finish this game off tonight, but I'm a little worried because you know who is the crew chief for the game. Get out there, and I'm a little worried because Jerry, I don't know why you won't admit it, but you need to finally admit it right now.
We're not going to get into this, bro.
We're not doing this.
We're not doing this.
The man loves Boston.
We're going to boxing. We're not doing this.
You are scaring people. You are scaring Chantel right now, AB.
Before we get you out of here, Chantel, you kind of want to recap the Devin Haney and Lomachenko fight. So what was your take on the fight, and did you agree with the decision?
All right, well, let me get your guys' take first before I get that. Did you guys think Devin Haney beat Lomachenko, or did you guys have Loma?
I had Haney. I had Haney. I had 115, 113. The 116 was kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. He did not win that 10 round, but I had him like 5-1, 6-1 because the body work through each round was impeccable, and Loma's a notoriously slow starter. And there were times where he would get in these firefights and get in these exchanges. But at the end of them, like Haney will always come back with a 1-2 to the body, come back with a jab. He would control the pace, and Lomachenko would kind of slow down a little bit. And then around the 7 to the 12, he started to really pick it up. I thought he won 2 out of 3 the last 3 rounds. I thought he won both, and that was what ultimately gave him the decision. If anything, it could have been a draw if they didn't want to give a winner, which I would have been fine with. But 115, 113 is right. It's a fight that could have flip-flopped either way, depending on who you ask. and it's fine.
Yeah,
Personally, go ahead, AV. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that 116-112 score was egregious in my
Oh,
opinion.
that was nasty.
Yeah.
That was kind of crazy.
I don't know what that judge saw, but I think might need to revoke his judge card because no.
Yeah, trash.
I had Haney winning at 115-113 as well. But I will say this: if it wasn't for that 12th round, it either would have been a draw or he lost because that 12th round saved him tremendously.
Yeah, I mean, man, I either had a draw or I kind of had Loma winning. Now, depending on if you were looking at, Haney's body shots, which was pretty consistent throughout the entire fight, you could say, hey, Haney won this fight ultimately. He was consistent. He landed a lot of, powerful body shots, Loma. But when you look at what Loma did in those middle rounds, he rocked Haney. I mean, I think at one point he really could have knocked him out. I don't remember what round. Maybe it was the 8th or
8th round.
10th.
Yeah.
Problem was he didn't attack afterwards.
He had him. I'm like, bro, if you hit him a few more times, like he's going down. And to me, it just looked like Loma was kind of like he was boxing more of his style of fight, in my opinion. I thought Haney was not really. I didn't understand his corner's game plan towards that fight, and I just felt like Loma had more control of it. But again, I guess the judges saw the consistent body punches as more of an indicator of who won the fight, as opposed to Loma's big shots to the head and counter punches.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. I was the same thing. I thought low key Loma should have won, especially from that 10th and 11th round. Man, like he hit some big shots. But I guess the judge really. I was shocked that the 10th round even went to Haney in the first place. Like,
Right.
That was wild.
Yeah.
He did not.
All right, so I think we have it 2 for Loma, 2 for Haney. So I got to be the deciding factor here. I had it scored as a draw. I had it 114-114. I could see why some people thought Loma won. I could see why some people thought Haney won. If I had to edge it out, I'd probably agree with 7 rounds to Haney, 5 rounds to Loma, because those rounds were really hard to score. Because sometimes Haney would start off really strong, and then Loma would come with the flurry. So if you're a judge and you're trying to score that, you're like, okay, Haney's been more consistent, but are you going to look more towards the combos that a guy like Loma is throwing? I think it was the 7th round. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to score that. Am I going to give it to Haney or am I going to give it to Loma? But I had it as a draw. I'm not mad at people saying that Loma won. I'm just kind of upset that they're saying it's a robbery, because that was way too close of a fight to say that Loma got robbed.
Yeah.
I think people just don't. I think there's a lot of people that don't like Devin Haney. He's getting a lot of hate. People are like, oh, Shakur Stevenson rolls through him. Shakur Stevenson has one fight at lightweight. What are we talking about when Devin Haney has done it consistently? Now, I think when they do fight, I think I would take Shakur Stevenson. But I'm just saying, it's kind of disrespectful for a guy like Devin Haney, who, he's been undisputed for a minute now. He's done it at lightweight. I do think the best lightweight is Tank, though, because Tank is Tank can knock you out. He's skilled. He's elusive. He reels you in. So I think he's the best lightweight. But to kind of answer the question, I had it as a draw. I would want to see a rematch, but if I had to edge it out, I'm giving it to Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable. And the other thing that you did say, we gotta stop using the term robbery so loosely.
It wasn't a robbery.
Yeah.
There's a difference between it being a full-on robbery and a disputed fight that could have very much gone either way. 115-113 is not a robbery. That's literally a coin flip, and 2 judges had it as a coin flip and gave Haney the last round, like I did. You could have gave Lomachenko, and I would not have been mad at it whatsoever. It's not a robbery. It's a disputed fight that anyone could have won.
Yeah.
We have breaking news too. We're getting the fight that we all want to see. Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. will be throwing down July 29th.
Thank the Lord. Finally.
Yeah.
Praying for this fight for the longest time, and we finally got it happening. So I guess early thoughts on that fight.
Well, I got to bounce soon, so I'll let you guys know who I think I'm going to roll with. I'm rolling with Bud. I think Bud's pound for pound #1 boxer in the world. Everyone's talking about his resume, but he's knocking out dudes left, right, and center. Also, when Sean Porter fought Errol Spence Jr., I had that as a draw. I don't actually think that Spence won that fight. And then you saw what Bud did to Sean Porter a few years after, but he was able to get the stoppage. I just think people are sleeping on Bud. I think a lot of people are going to roll with Spence, and I get why, because he is extremely skilled. The way that he boxes, like he knows what the judges are looking for. But I'm gonna roll with Bud. I don't know how. I don't think he stops Spence because that's wild, but I think there's a possibility he could get the stoppage. I'm gonna hear your guys' thoughts before I get out of here, because this is like the fight we've all been waiting for like the longest time.
Yeah, so I know I love boxing, so I've been waiting for this for a while. When you watch Bud, I think Bud figures people out within like 4 rounds. He waits to see what you get, what you have, how much power you have, and sometimes he'll go from southpaw to regular. And I think just that mix up, that ability to challenge and take punts and absorb and bring back everything tenfold. I mean, Bud is different. I mean, this guy has an incredible skill set. So I think I would take Bud, but I think Errol Spence will definitely, be a great challenge. He's a champion. I respect the heck out of that guy, but I just feel like Bud can take it to another level that maybe Errol can't. And I feel like Errol sometimes takes punches that I don't think you can take against Bud Crawford.
Yeah, because some of those punches he took against Sean Porter, you lucky Sean Porter isn't the strongest puncher in the world.
Yes.
Because if that's Bud on the other end, Bud is an animal and is coming to knock your damn head off with those shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, Bud, I agree, is pound for pound the number 1 fighter in the world. I just think his quickness, the way he's able to, like you said, reel you in, figure you out in later rounds. I honestly think it's going to be a great fight because Errol Spence is no slouch.
No.
He is no slouch whatsoever. But this is one of those fights where I think it'll be close, maybe first 8 rounds, but I think after the 8th round, I think Bud is going to figure you out, and I think that's when he kind of takes over the fight. But I'm hoping and praying it goes all 12. I don't want to see this fight where all of a sudden, Spence gets caught early in round 3, and now everybody wastes their money buying the fight.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with a 3-round fight.
Hey, I'm not buying the fight. I'm not buying the fight, but
For the ones that
Oh, Jerry, you're like snitching on yourself, man. You can't say that.
Can't be doing that on here, man. They probably listen to us. Come on now.
Yeah,
you're right, bro. Feds out there.
If the feds are watching, yeah, I didn't say that. The guy in the Boston shirt said it.
I'll take it.
But Darnell, what about you?
Oh, I'm going for Bud, man. I'm going for Bud. But I think regardless, this is gonna be a classic, man. This is gonna be a fantastic and a really good way to end the year, man.
Yeah.
All the fights getting made, and there's one more left to do now. Looking at you, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, I agree.
See if that gets made. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, Chantel, we definitely appreciate you coming on and joining us tonight. Hopefully, we'll have you back on again soon. But let everybody know where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me at Chantel S. Chand on Twitter and just Chantel Chand on IG. Thanks so much for having me on, guys. I had a blast with you guys. You guys kept me on longer. I was supposed to dip earlier, but that's how much fun I was having with you guys. So good luck tonight, for your guys' games. If maybe the Celtics push it to 5 games. I doubt it, but
wow.
I doubt it. I gotta keep it real. It's not gonna happen. But I hope you guys enjoy the games tonight, and appreciate you guys having me on. Hopefully we'll do it again soon. Thanks a lot, guys.
Salute, Chantel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was Chantel Chan and Jerry. We sorry, man.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Hey, y'all can delay the inevitable, man. It's coming. It's coming.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. You know what? I'm glad we got into boxing, but I was holding back a little bit, bro.
Say it, brother.
Man, got the glasses on, man. You know what time it is.
Joe Mazzulla. How do you let the same thing happen over and over and over and over? You've seen it happen against Atlanta. You've seen it happen against Philadelphia, and you see it happening again. Why are you overhelping? You let niggas like D'Anthony Melton hit threes on you, bruh. Now you got Gabe Vincent looking like prime Ray Allen.
This man started to get ignorant, and now it's just
No, bro, I'm sick and tired, bro. I'm sick and tired. That's how the OKC Thunder scored 150 points on you because you're doing stuff like this.
You see, though, this is my thing. We talk about the whole Ime Udoka and Joe Mazzulla thing. When the first couple of months until like January, February with Udoka, I hated watching y'all niggas, bro.
Yeah.
Like y'all were not connected. Y'all went my turn, his turn. Let's just kind of screw around, and then all of a sudden they got together around January, February, and started playing more together.
Mm-hmm.
Then the fouls rolled around, y'all started playing like dumbasses. Then fast forward to most of the year with Joe, I liked a lot of the ball moving, everybody knowing where they were going, everybody being connected. I liked a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then the playoffs rolled around, and all that just went down to shit.
Marcus, they did finish shaky though. I think that was a big thing.
Yeah, the Raiders was up right there. Like usually, I don't like making big proclamations about the end of the regular season because Denver had a weird stretch towards the end of the season, and they trashed it around quick because they were just screwing around for the most part. But Boston, the same cracks that were showing towards like late April, they kept showing and kept showing and kept showing. In that Atlanta series, I got really worried for guys like Derek White because he was getting playoff rotations at points. It was bad.
And another thing, in my opinion,
shout out to Homie Dream, by the way. You already know.
Absolutely, Dream. I saw that Kobe MJ's poster. That was fire. It
was fire.
I need to find that poster.
But what I want to say about Spo, right? Spo, his teams always have a freaking identity, bro. Always.
They know who they are. They don't deviate from it.
Never. And you know what Boston built theirs on? Shooting, right? Penetration, kicking, shooting. Well, if you're going to say that shooting's your identity, your best off-ball, off-ball guy, and Sam Hauser hasn't played a single minute. Like, Sam Hauser is a lot of times key, and he was starting to have that Duncan Robinson effect where guys would flush to him, then you kick it to Al Horford or, Jason Tatum slashes to the basket, Jaylen Brown slashes to the basket, Derek White slashes, and you kick it out to Al Horford. His off-ball movement kind of made that team go. Matter of fact, we seen, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Al Horford. I forgot who else was playing. Maybe it was it Al Horford? Malcolm Brogdon. You saw how they pushed the Bucks, and I think you also saw how, Miami did the Milwaukee Bucks in a way in which the shooters of Miami pretty much just knocked them completely out of that series.
It's not like y'all aren't making your threes right now. You're shooting like 38%-ish. That's not terrible. You're making your threes. It's the defense.
Well, yeah, the defense is another thing. I mean, I think defense is the main thing, right? That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's different. People want to talk about
selection.
Last year, Rob Williams he kind of cheat because nobody really trusted PJ Tucker to hit a lot of threes. But now you got all five guys on the floor.
Yeah,
that can hit
that's the two big lineup doesn't really work quite as well. Shout out DJ.
We know he won't win it because he's a Gator quarterback, but shout out to him.
He won't win because they have a push. But anyway.
But no, like
yeah.
The two big lineup when there's guys who are on the court who actually can shoot didn't work quite as well. But I do find it funny that he refused to play it, but it was actually the least used lineup in the entire season. They had to beg him to use it against Philadelphia, and it worked. And then this series, it's not going to work as well. Cool. Take one of them out. He took the wrong one out. He took out Robert Williams instead of Horford and put Derek White in. Derek White on Jimmy Butler? Are you kidding me? That's not going to cut it, my boy.
And Grant Williams is out here. He's probably one of the best Heat players in this series, to be quite honest. I mean,
you know what? I think Grant Williams has been really good this series. I'm not even gonna lie.
He has.
But you don't poke the bear. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make sure your homeboy is going to at least come with you. He just did it. He just said, I'm going to poke the bear by myself. And Jaylen Brown just Tatum like.
He was the only one that said something. Did you hear all that they picked up in game
3? Yeah.
What was you on? What do you think you are, Marcus Smart?
Bro, what you on?
That's why I'm saying Marcus Smart is getting out of here, man. Like, he's had too big of a leash over there. Too big.
Because he was a big issue last year with them because he's not really a great point guard, so to speak. So like he will come down in transition and jack up a bad shot every so often and not get everybody's ducks in a row, which you need to do with Tatum and Brown on your team because they will have a tendency to go one-on-one and dribble in traffic, especially Brown. He dribbles in traffic way too much, especially on the baseline because they just been tapping the shit out of him over there, and it's been hell ever since. And
Jaylen Brown's left hand is just.
It's not. That's why if he did go on another team, I think he'll be a star. He'll be a 20-point per game scorer. But they're chasing ping pong balls or to play in if he's your best option.
You got to find a way to give him the ball in the middle. You know, I think have him turn around, 2 dribbles, go up. He could preserve some energy like that too. Or JT. Because JT sometimes, man, he still has yet to really master, you know, decisions while getting double teamed. You know, and
which is what killed him in the Warriors series. The turnovers were killer.
Yep.
You know what else I've noticed with Tatum? He's starting to chuck up way more bad shots than I normally.
That's what I was about to say, man.
Like, worse, like it's getting pretty bad. It's getting to the point where it's like you may have to sit him for a couple minutes and say, "Hey, you don't need to be taking those shots." Now we'll put you back out there, but you might need to sit him for a couple minutes once he starts doing that.
And that's the thing that's killing him in these fourth quarters. Where I don't think he's hit a shot this entire series in the fourth.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
Ew. Especially in game, I want to say game 2, where they went almost.
That was nasty.
Zone. It looked like he never seen a zone before. Like, bro, just get in the middle or try to get baseline and make something happen there. He just kept dribbling into the 2 guys in the front and trying to jack up a bad shot and just shoot over someone. That's not going to work.
Those sidestep threes, like.
Oh my god! If I see another sidestep 3 from him.
Hey, but like we talked about in the last pod, I told y'all, 2020 the code was broken early on how to stop them. When Nick Nurse got Siakam, OG, it was awful. I mean that 2-3 boxing one had us shook, and then Eric Spoelstra came back with it with Jay Crowder and all those guys. It was filthy, and then you had a young Tatum, you know. God rest the dead, but post Kobe, he thought he could shoot everything. I mean, he would just shoot step back, you know. And you can't do it against Miami, bro. It's just It's just not gonna work, you know.
It's not gonna cut it, bro.
He may have him more so in the post, and that worked because he was getting to the basket quickly. Even Jaylen Brown slashing in the post, it was working. But
yeah, nothing else. That's where you kind of miss Ime Udoka's coach because he'll put him out there in the post, park his ass right there, and don't let him come out until he hits a damn shot. You can post up, and he just doesn't do it enough. I don't get it.
And lastly, I want to remind y'all one more thing before I let y'all, because I'm just ranting right now. You remember when I said Rob Williams needs to shoot mid-range jump shots? This is why I said this. This is why I said this. They have no respect. Rob Williams can shoot the mid-range if he wants to. At least shoot it.
I think if you're Miami, you're saying, "Thank God he took that shot."
I'm taking that over a turnover by Jaylen Brown going to the left hand. I promise you, I'm taking shots over turnovers every time.
I knew it was coming. I knew you were about to bring that up. I'm saying, like, he ain't took this shot not one darn time.
Why is Al Horford not posting up? You are 6'10". You got Gabe Vincent on you.
Al Horford's 107 years old, bro. You know he ain't posting.
Yeah, Al Horford at this point is 479 years old. But you know what? He's look.
Shout out Big Al, man. Shout out my Gator, bro.
He's a Gator legend, and he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. That's what he should be. And I think it's still the last quarter of 04 that's in the league. So
maybe don't say Hall of Fame and Al Horford in the same sentence. Not right now, at least. Maybe
another day.
Wait, you mean at UF, right?
Yeah, not right
at
now.
UF, right?
You said what?
Yeah, at UF, right? Not.
You're talking about the league.
Not the basketball Hall of Fame.
Not the basketball league. Not the.
Yeah, I think is he already in the UF Hall of Fame? Because if not, we gotta be. I can have a discussion with the university if that ain't.
Listen, everybody on that roster should be.
Pretty much. That roster was stacked.
Go back to back. So last roster go back to back. So hey.
But not for real though. No. He's but very, 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 very borderline.
If he wins the championship, he could be. But until we're not winning a championship with certain people.
All I will say though, Darnell, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. It ain't that hard to get into.
It's true, but like, come on, bro. Barely have some All NBA teams, man. Come on.
There's a bunch of All-Star teams. You won everywhere you went.
There's got to be a standard, man. There got to be a standard.
Darnell,
have to be.
You tell me he won't work Bill Walton, bro?
All right, calm down.
Bill Walton was the MVP.
Bill Walton was an all-time great until he broke it, until he shattered his damn foot.
No, all jokes. But yeah.
Nope.
But seriously, at this point in his career, he's a spot-up, a stretch guy. He's not nobody up. It is what it is.
Hey, he's a great defender, though. Salute.
You still have a chance. You still have a chance.
Who, the Celtics?
In 2K?
What percentage did ESPN give the Celtics? 73?
Tonight?
72% chance to win.
Ew. ESPN, bro.
Yo, that player model, I think they probably had to get rid of it after this season.
Because ESPN got some problems.
Right? Definitely gonna have to get rid of that one.
My only scenario as Celtics fan, if you win tonight, if you go back home and you lose, just tear the Garden down and build a new one. I mean, you can't go back home. You can't go back home and lose. Just play basketball outdoors at Gillette Stadium at this point. I mean,
the Foxborough Celtics?
Is that what we're doing?
This man think this is the Final Four, bro. You can't be doing this for 82 games.
It's just you can't lose at home. So I say if you win tonight, you gotta go back tonight.
Jerry.
Huh?
Like the shooting percentages go way down the Final Four when they do that, by the way.
Bro, I mean, we out here shooting horribly anyways. We're shooting like we got it on Hall of Fame level and on 2K, bro. And you got Al Horford shot release for everybody.
At some point, you gotta stop with them trailer threes, my man.
Yeah, it's not gonna cut at this point, dog. But at this point, Jerry, it's over. This is like when you in high school, it's in the senior year. Your grades is good, everything's great. You could be accepted to your college and all that. You just filling out the forms. Man, all you gotta do is just buy the cap and gown. It's over.
Bro.
Darnell, what have we been saying though?
The job's not finished.
You're not on the team. What are we doing? Y'all not suited up. I know you got jersey on, but nigga, you not suited up.
Yeah, man, I'm number 20, bro. I'm 20.
You suit around?
Yeah,
I'm 20.
Yeah, I'm number 11.
You replacing Highsmith in the lineup?
Bro, they have not. You know what's funny? Like, of course,
they almost put me and Darnell in the game during game 3. They almost put us in the game.
Hey, look, did y'all see Haslam's fucking fade, bro? They finally fixed up that patch. My
Thank
boy
God.
got him. He looking
nice. You know you making a run.
No, speaking of Haslam, did y'all see the look on it? They're saying we want Haslam, and then Spoelstra's looking at him. UD's like, no,
I ain't a coach at this point, sir. I just got the warm songs on.
Which we got breaking news. I just got it on here.
Yes.
What we got?
Heat guard Tyler Hero has been cleared for basketball activities and has started participating in individual drills.
Can he play tonight?
He will not be playing tonight, Jared.
No, please. I need him to come back as soon as possible. He'll
be back June 1st.
Now, there was another report that came out and said that he'll be unlikely to be available for the finals. I don't believe that whatsoever, to be honest. I think if we get to the finals and he does come back, it would probably be maybe game 4, if that. Because I don't even know if he can come back for that. But the fact that he's clear for basketball activities and is participating in individual drills tells me, number one, he's ahead of schedule from what the projected time was. And then number 2, well, because the brace is off now.
What did he break? Was it his metacarpal?
Yeah, his metacarpal.
It was the middle finger and the ring finger.
Oh,
those 2 fingers.
That's not
tape them together and go out there and hoop, bro.
Well, if he were to come back, he probably would do that. But the fact that he's clear for basketball activities is, it's a step closer. You'd have to see how the series plays out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the source on it is not even like clear. It's like from some website called siscore.com.
Oh my god.
that came out with that report.
Yeah, they came out with that report. Not even from a Heat reliable reporter.
Yeah,
So,
something like this. If it doesn't come from the guys in South Florida, the guys that cover the Heat exclusively, if it doesn't come from them, I don't usually.
Hey, speaking of guys who usually cover y'all, I ain't cut y'all, but speaking of guys that be covering y'all, what's up with y'all man Ira? They be cooking that man in these post game pressers.
Because he asked dumbass questions every single time. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Nah, I remember the one he asked Bam. Bam was like, oh, "Don't ask me stupid shit, bro." I was like, yo,
Now, what I've gathered, it's apparently a running joke, and like they're not really serious when they do that. It's just something that they do. But he has a tendency to sometimes ask questions, or is like, "Why would you ask that?"
he embellishes a lot as a reporter too.
Like they actually really like Ira. They actually do like him.
Okay, so just team stuff. I get that.
Yeah.
But real quick, AB, I don't want to be rat poison to y'all, nothing like that. But I kind of want to go ahead and kind of discuss potential matchups in the finals, just a little bit.
You're up 3-0. We could do it at this point.
You're 3-0. Okay. No team ever.
If we don't win
So
tonight,
we don't want to talk about the matchups for tonight's game, man.
Okay. we can talk about tonight. I mean, I'm down.
Marcus said no.
I mean, it's game 4. So I mean, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Are they gonna come out with the same starting lineup as game 3?
Who, Boston?
Yes.
I don't know what Joe Mazzulla is doing.
I think I heard that they may be going back to Rob Williams in the lineup.
Okay, good.
Who cares? I mean, put Sam Hauser and Peyton Pritchard out there. I mean,
bro, ain't nobody trying to really.
Time out, y'all. Jerry, I have never seen you this down bad. I've never seen you like. Are you okay, brother?
No.
I've accepted my fate, bro. I told my dad. My dad told me a while ago. He's like, I don't like to watch the games anymore because I know how it ends. I'm like, okay, but I'm to that point, bro. Just like I gave the Gators to God, I'm giving the Celtics to God.
We don't have to send a doctor to your house, do we?
You see this?
This man got the Bible verse on his chest.
I'm giving the Celtics to God.
Jared, we don't have to send somebody, a therapist or anybody to your house right now, do we?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
And do we have to call the hotline? Do we have to call Lee? Call anybody?
Outside of the fact that a classmate of mine sent me a picture talking about the Heat that I haven't talked to in like 2 years, and her name starts with J and ends with Green, I'm good.
Hey, man. You know.
I'm good, man. I'm straight.
Are you straight?
Now, what are you looking for in this matchup tonight?
Okay. All right. So being honest, what I'm looking for in this matchup, bro, is basically effort. I'm looking to see Jaylen Brown in better spots. I want to see Joe Mazzulla kind of look towards putting those guys in better positions to score the ball and not making life so hard. I want to see the guys just go out there and try to compete, man. Compete like they've done for the most part of the year.
Well, I got to cut you off real quick, Jerry. You know, they already ain't competing. You know why? They lost the opening tip-off.
That's a good point.
I just had to throw it out there. Anyway,
that's a good point. But hey, man, you know, we're very inconsistent. We've lost 3 games in a row before. We just got to look at it as one game at a time. You win this.
How did you feel about Marcus Smart's like Marcus Smart? I think Jaylen Brown too were saying, "Hey, they better not let us get one."
I agree. Don't let us win tonight. I'm not saying that we're gonna come back and win, but you don't want us to win tonight because
Marcus Smart shit was stupid.
Should we show the group chat? Should we show the group chat what you've been saying?
Which one?
You know which one?
What you talking about? Oh, I said if you let us win tonight, we'll be the 0-4 Red Sox. Is that what I said?
Oh my god!
Hey, man,
this is not baseball, my boy. This is not baseball.
That only works against New York teams, apparently.
But I will
I don't know
say
what
that
happened.
about Marcus Smart though. That shit was stupid because dude, nobody gives a fuck about last year. You were down 3-0 right now. You're getting the shit kicked out of you. You're getting punked. This is
Celtics.
2003,
The
not
Celtics literally play like they have like how the achievements are on NBA 2K where you unlock these things, get like 25 points or something added to your gamer tag. They play like they want to unlock achievements every game.
God, they
Like,
do.
let's see how
Don't
many
they?
threes we can miss.
They do like they put like you went on rookie mode and then went up to All Star, and all of a sudden, oh shit, the shots that I was shooting for no reason aren't going down.
Let's see. We're playing right now. The game started, so
5 Boston.
I was upset because I just figured out that Groove and Gorilla is a Haitian. So
Oh no,
Who?
you don't know
That-
Big Group?
that big nigga, the big muscular nigga that always dances.
Shark bite nigga. Darnell, I'm sorry. Sorry if I say.
look at this stupid.
Bro, Toussaint
Okay.
Louverture and Duddy Bookman are looking down in shame.
I'm already upset at what I'm seeing so far.
It's 5-3. AB, relax.
8-3.
8-3. I'm already
Oh,
So we hit a shot.
Whoop-de-doo. It's in 9 minutes in the game. Anyway, there was another big, semi-story that dominated the headlines. I don't know why, but it did.
Oh, LBJ.
LeBron James, yeah.
y'all falling for the retirement talk.
Fuck no.
Man, can't believe LeBron is gonna retire, man. Can't believe.
Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen this year, no. But you are gonna see more year-to-year stuff because we are realizing that he very much is at the end.
He's
If you
old.
start talking about retirement, you are going to retire at some point eventually. It is what it is.
But
I do hate that it dominated the news cycle because the Nuggets, like they're going to the finals for the first time ever. Jokic is out here breaking Wilt Chamberlain records, and the only thing you heard about was LeBron James and the Lakers. Only thing you heard about.
But I will say this. We all know what it really was. It's a subliminal message to the to the front office.
Hey, you better give me some help before I retire.
Before I get up out of that's literally what he's saying.
I mean,
And I know that we all know this because he did it to Cleveland twice before he left.
Hey,
Both times.
but I don't think they're that far away. I mean, as we saw this year, I think you got to get him one more big time score though.
Now the thing is, though, I will say about these trades that they made, it saved their season. That's true. That's big facts.
Shout out to Rob Pelinka for that because his job was on the line.
Yeah, he
Like,
did what he had to do.
On the line that he made these trades, and look at what they did. They got to the Western Conference Finals as a 7th seed, and
Why is Marcus Smart just freaking?
Because he's not the smartest player in the world, pun fully intended.
how's your last name smarter than you? Never mind.
But no, back to what I was saying though. So those trades, it saved their season and everything like that. There was also a bunch of flaws in it. They traded for guys that can defend, and they traded for guys that can shoot. Right?
Right.
They didn't trade for guys who could do both of those things. And that's kind of what cost them because D'Lo couldn't play in the series. I'm shocked he was able to play well in the Warriors series. I'm stunned he did. Jared Vanderbilt was
because they don't play a lick of defense.
Like,
I mean, Denver's not great defensively, but
they're better than what
they're better than the Warriors.
Yeah, like they're like Michael Porter Jr. He has reputation of not being a great defender. He's been pretty damn good this season.
Yes.
Everyone's been really good. Jamal Murray's fine. Like they're solid, and Jokic, he's not exactly a rim protector, but he does understand positioning, so he can be effective on that end. And then guys like Jared Vanderbilt, by like game 4, he was completely unplayable because he can't shoot a lick.
Yeah.
For Denver, and he couldn't get around ball screens, so his defense was pretty much null and void. Hachimura was fantastic. Reeves was fantastic.
Oh man, he was. That was, in my opinion, the biggest pickup for them. What he brought to that team, just his ability to face the floor as a shooter. He has a post game. Pretty good, a pretty darn good defender. Just when you're playing for the Washington Wizards, nobody really know who you are.
I don't get why they gave up on him. I don't get it.
No, they had to give up on them.
Wizards.
They had to give up on them. They couldn't pay Kim, Kuzma, and Kristaps Porzingis.
Kuzma's about to be gone anyway, so I don't think that's much of a factor.
You're the only team who can really pay Kuzma that big bag.
Yeah, but then Kuzma say he don't really care about the bag too much, but things can change.
Yeah, but the thing is, you still have to oh look, Harrison Bader, a former Gator, getting RBIs, but you still have to pay either Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis.
Kristaps actually been pretty.
You already paid Bradley Beal, and now you would have had to pay Rui Hachimura. I don't know if you had the money for him, so at some point he's gonna leave anyway.
But they traded him for Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, they traded for nothing
in 3 seconds.
Yeah, they got peanuts.
Heist, because Kendrick Nunn barely even played for them.
They didn't even get pennies. They didn't even get pennies on the dollar. They got ducats on the dollar. Like, that's how bad that trade was.
Like that was. We talk about that are shambolic.
But they do have a big decision to make. If they do want to go after Kyrie Irving, they can't retain a lot of great guys.
They're going to have to choose between Hachimura and Reeves. But they are restricted, so you can match them.
I'm going to be honest, y'all. It's not a narrative that I push.
Clamping that boy.
It's not a narrative. Kyrie just messes up every team he goes to.
Yeah, keep Kyrie away from your team if you want to win something.
It may or may not work here, but again, it worked great in Cleveland because LeBron was in his prime. LeBron's 38, about to be 39. He ain't trying to babysit for a year.
I think it can work out, though, because what are they missing the most? A guy who can play make and score off the dribble at a consistent level.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell showed flashes, but,
he can't defend him good enough, and he's not consistent enough on the offense.
And Kyrie can.
Kyrie
can get a bucket whenever.
Has always been shooting.
I give you that. He can get a bucket. He definitely
going to defend, though. He ain't going to defend.
Like, they got to the conference finals doing this. If you get to the conference finals with someone who at least gives you 20 at the point guard position, I mean, you do a lot worse.
He's better. The problem I have is that if you get him, you're not going to retain a lot of these guys that you have. And remember, the big part of the reason why they beat the Warriors is because Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves, even Dennis Schroeder, like Jared Vanderbilt played kind of some minutes and kept them alive during the first round.
Yeah,
you're not going to have those guys back.
Yeah, can we talk about the matchups that the Warriors and that the Lakers ended up drawing in those first 2 rounds, real quick?
Dude, it was so favorable.
It was so ridiculously favorable.
Yeah, Memphis.
You caught Memphis. You caught Memphis now was falling apart.
Yeah, they're out of control.
No bigs. Even then, if they had both their bigs, I'm not so sure the Lakers actually win that series. I'm not gonna lie.
They don't.
No.
They
but
don't.
You see, is LeBron doesn't have that same athleticism that he had before. So whenever he drives in, he's very stoppable. At certain points, especially late in the game.
Like, they had issues with Xavier Tillman, and AD plays great every 3 business days offensively. Imagine having Steven Adams, who was a good deterrent, and Brandon Clark, who's unlocked a lot of their small ball lineups. Imagine that. I think that I really do think Memphis wins that series because they blew Game 5.
They did.
So if they just win that one, that series changes a lot.
And Memphis was just looking for somebody to help Jared Jackson out.
Yeah, Jared Jackson played for him. And then fast forward to the Warriors series, you call a Warriors team who just went through hell, and already wasn't quite as good as people expecting them to be coming into the season, and they had no threats whatsoever at the forward 5. And if you can't do anything in the post against the Lakers, they don't respect you offensively. They just don't. True. And then Klay Thompson wasn't the same. He had really, really bad.
That last game, he looked awful.
He was in a slump.
Jordan Poole had a historically bad playoff run.
It was awful.
Yeah, why do people want to trade Jaylen Brown with Jordan Poole?
Yeah. Who was it? Colin Cowherd that floated that idea trade.
That was stupid.
Ew.
It was Jordan Poole and who else?
And Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins.
If the Warriors get that trade, they're saying thank you God. Give me Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm like, why would you?
That is a shambolic trade. Even though Andrew Wiggins in Boston would be hell because
he did play defense It don't matter what scheme. He plays defense.
He just adds to it.
Promise he'd be your second option at that point.
That's the thing, Marcus.
That would be sick.
You do not want Andrew Wiggins to have too much on his plate.
Now, I don't like to look back at last year, but he did make All NBA last year in the All-Star team, playing his role. So I'm not saying he should be a second option, but he would be a solid addition for Boston.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're losing the stuff. Yeah, but you're losing way too many of the things that would help him accentuate his role.
Yeah.
That is true.
And the game wise are redundant as hell anyway. So I mean, I wouldn't think it worked that well.
His best role is to be in a very, very minimized role. That's why he succeeded.
Where he is.
well.
Rebound, defend.
Because who's playing the two in the situation?
Derek White.
Derek White.
Do you want him playing the two?
No.
There you go.
Who left Jaylen Brown open for three?
You either got that or Malcolm Brogdon in that scenario.
Yeah. I mean, Brogdon wouldn't mind being started, but like your bench does take a hit.
Really left this man open. I just could not believe that. But
All right, so what else we got? So the draft, we got the lottery.
Ooh.
The trade.
Ooh,
San Antonio.
we can talk. Jonathan Convoni, you are a terrible man. How dare you put that rumor out about Brandon Miller when he was dealing with an illness the whole time, and you left it out with no context, putting on a clickbait title saying that he had terrible workout and he was underweight. Yeah, no shit. If you were dealing with a really bad illness at the time, you would not be. You would be
terrible.
You're
15
not gonna
pounds.
get hydrated well. You're gonna drop weight. No shit.
What was he sick with? He had like a bug or something?
I think it was a stomach bug, wasn't it?
Mhm.
And if you've had a stomach bug,
You're not fun.
Yeah. you're not gonna move because that pretty much drains you of all your energy. You got to worry about throwing up. Does that? I mean, of course you're not gonna look that great. But guess what? Scouts from these teams don't care. They see the talent. They don't care. They pretty much say, okay, yeah, you didn't have a great workout. Who cares? We know what you can do. So, and now they have him going possibly number 2 to Charlotte.
Yes.
I like that fit actually.
I really like that fit actually with Charlotte. Him with LaMelo Ball. Yeah, I love what that could potentially turn into right there. Those two. And I think they got Scoot going to Portland. I'm gonna be honest, if that happens,
Is he even gonna go to Portland? Because I don't know what
That's freakish athleticism all over the place.
yeah, I don't think because they're saying Portland's saying, "Oh, we intend to trade that pick and build a championship team around." I'm gonna say this right now, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Portland, y'all say that shit every year.
Give it up.
You say this every single year. Every single year, you say this. And every single year, you do nothing to build a championship team around Damian Lillard. Dame, brother, I don't know if you're watching this, but somehow you are, brother.
The grind.
Brothers to brother. We understand you from East Oakland, so loyalty runs deep. If you know if your loyalty runs deep, I know how it is. I know how that is.
Shout out to town. Shout out to town though. Shout out to town.
Shout out. But at some point, man, you got to wake up and realize Portland don't care about you like you care about them.
Like this is a dead end day. This is a dead end. Portland's incompetent. This team is not going anywhere. With you,
It really ain't. That ship sailed a while ago.
just get out of there. Portland.
And even then, the best they can do is they'll give you a guy like Pascal Siakam. But is that going to make you a championship team?
No. I'm making a playing team at best in the West.
Now, would he fit well with Dame? Heck yeah, he will. But no, it's not a championship.
We've seen though with Dame, as long as he has an athletic, if he has athletic forwards with him, his team can be a top 5 seed.
Like he made Al-Farouq Aminu work.
But
Yeah,
this,
exactly.
But this team currently as a constructor right now,
Not good.
they're a young team. They're
Yeah,
a young
sure.
team.
Young team with a young coach. On top of that,
It would take a lot to get them to that level to where they can compete and be a title contender or a Western Conference semifinal or
They
final
might, they
contender.
might win a series. Okay, so look at the following teams if they do make this trade. Do you see them beating teams like, say, Denver,
No,
No.
No.
Memphis, if they get it
No.
together?
If Memphis gets it together, no. If not, yeah.
Sacramento would be a freaking
Sacramento.
difficult series.
No.
they can beat Sacramento.
It would be a difficult series, but I think they could do it.
I think they have a good chance against Sac.
Now, see, I would say that would be the toughest team. Like, if you want a competitive series, that would be one where you think, yeah, they can beat them, but it'd be one of those series where something happens where they don't win. I think something like that would happen. That's the only reason why I would say no, because it's something like that. But do I think they can beat them? Yeah, they could.
They could. They have a decent.
Because Sacramento, you got to remember, yeah, they were the number 3 seed in the West, and they had a great showing in the postseason, even though they lost.
Yeah.
They're still a very young team.
They ain't not that young though. If you think
They
about it,
ain't young, but I mean, a lot of their
De'Aaron, how old is De'Aaron?
like 20s.
He's reaching his prime.
He's
He has to be like
like
26.
25, 26. He's our age.
Because Bam is 25.
They weren't in the
He's
same
still
draft,
young.
I don't think.
Yeah, same draft.
Okay, so yeah. So,
crazy.
That's crazy.
so do you see them beating Phoenix if they add some stuff?
No, Phoenix, no.
No.
The Clippers if there's someone healthy.
Oh, hell.
They won't be
As,
healthy.
as
So
long as you got
But-
one of those guys in there,
How
they'll
many
beat them.
is Kawhi playing?
bro, we said since 2019 if the Clippers are healthy.
That's the biggest asterisk ever, bro. I hate it so much.
now the Mavericks they can beat.
The Mavericks are in hell. They'll beat the Mavericks.
The Mavericks are dead at this point.
So I don't think they beat the Lakers either. I don't think they beat Golden State if they tweak some stuff. The Pelicans, if they're healthy. Minnesota, if they're healthy, I don't see it either.
Hey, you're forgetting Oklahoma.
I was gonna say Oklahoma City. I'm not sure.
They get Chet Holmgren back next year.
How many
You
games
add
do you
him
think-
with Josh Giddey, Jalen Williams, and whatever pick that they have,
in SGA, the tier top of the spear?
SGA?
All the year?
they could be scary next
Now,
year.
I will add with the caveat, how many games would Chet play? Like 60, 55, something like that?
Probably because I mean they don't want to rush him back.
I
They
wouldn't.
don't-
I wouldn't.
Does play, they're gonna want to kind of manage him a little bit this season and make sure he's
I'm
healthy.
sick of Malcolm Brogdon. I'm sick of him. Sorry.
Like, because
What are we doing?
they're what they need in the play-in, right?
Right. It's like, say
So that's how close they are. That was without Chet Holmgren. You add, they're gonna be. I think they're going to be squarely in the playoffs. I don't even think it's going to take a play-in. I think they're going to be all the way in the postseason next year.
Now, if someone like, say, Minnesota, if they have Jamie Daniels back healthy, if he doesn't punch a damn wall again,
Oh my god.
Minnesota's weird. I don't know what to make of them.
As long as Anthony Edwards is on that team, I believe that they'll
By the
it'll
way,
be a close series. Yeah.
Darnell, where was Anthony Edwards on Sunday night?
Oh my god, AB, stop doing this.
Wait, where was he? Where was he?
He was,
305.
he was at the game, sitting next to Alex Rodriguez.
Oh my god.
This is the guy who,
Alex Rodriguez is from Miami, so I mean, it's not.
this is the guy who owns it, the team he plays on right now. What are we doing here?
Oh my god. Get your dirty fingers out of his eyes. Nasty. But
This is not such a disjointed possession I just saw. But anyway,
They'll essentially be a playing team. That's fighting for playing.
I think Oklahoma City, that's the team that I'm watching next year. That's the team I'm watching. I think they can not only be in the playoffs, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made a little noise, depending on the matchup, though. It depends on who they get in the first round. They can make some noise.
I'll
Like,
watch.
love the young core they have, the nucleus that they're building, what they're building there. So Sam Presti is one of the best GMs out there, in my opinion. So he knows what he's doing to get guys there.
So I will say though, I'll look out for San Antonio
Jesus.
for obvious reasons. They're not gonna win a lot of games, but I do like the young core they do have. Like I like Sochan. I do. Victor's gonna be good.
I love it. that was one of the best rookies that nobody knew about.
Oh, talking about old buddy from
Oregon.
Antonio.
Baylor.
Oregon.
from Baylor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He
Wait,
is
he-
cold.
he's
Baylor,
the
yeah.
best rookie that nobody knew about.
What is going on here?
Shot
What
comes
is
along.
this?
He's a really dangerous player.
Telling you right now, and Victor Wembanyama is going to be on that team next year, so a lot of people are going to be watching him. But because they're going to be on national TV a little bit more, people are going to find out about Jeremy. How you pronounce his last name again?
Sohan.
Okay.
So,
People are going to find out about him next year.
I'm looking for San Antonio to be one of the best defensive teams in the league, bro.
They're gonna be like the Magic, how the Magic are this year. Super
Yeah.
competitive young team who you cannot sleep on a given night.
yeah, they're not going to be a great team, but like they can beat you any given night.
And speaking of San Antonio, how long do y'all think Popovich has left coaching this team?
I give him 3 years at max.
I think he's out year 2.
Yeah, because I mean,
I think he'll be out and he'll go to like the front office or something. If anything else.
Whenever Chet has his all NBA season, he'll be out of here.
now real quick, did anybody watch the WNBA this past weekend?
I didn't watch a lot of.
It was so good. I heard it was
Games
amazing.
were good.
I will say this right now. Good luck to anybody playing the Las Vegas Aces. I'm going to leave it at that because adding Candace Parker is a freaking cheat code.
That's like she's
They
not
are.
like
Imagine.
she's not like Candace Parker, but she's still wily. She fits seamlessly into what they want to do. They're doing a lot more switching than normal because they didn't really do all that last season when they went at all. And Asia Wilson is at the peak of her powers. Kelsey Plum is an absolute baller.
That's where I was going.
Chelsea.
You know what adding Candace Parker did? She was already doing this, but now the lane is open even more. It's even more because Candace Parker can still shoot the 3.
Yeah, she can still space it out for you, which is what they need.
But the show stealer was clearly Brittany Griner. It was. I watched both games that they had on TV.
Bat like she never left.
Yeah, exactly. She's
BG
back.
come back with a chip on her shoulder now.
Yeah. Now they lost this game against the Sparks, but she hit a 3. I think they said it was her 7th career 3, but she hit a 3, and that building they about tore the roof off the building. She slammed her chest saying, "I'm back." It was incredible watching her play. She has not lost a step. Now Phoenix, it's going to be tough for them. They don't have Skylar Diggins-Smith right now. Is she pregnant? I think
Again?
I want to say yeah, but I'm not sure.
she is. Yeah, but
It's
so
so congratulations.
but I mean, I think they can make the playoffs, but seeing Brittany Griner out there was just incredible to watch, man. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed watching that game, watching both games. And the LA Sparks, hey, keep an eye out for them. Keep an eye out for them. That's a good team.
Keep an eye on Lexi Brown.
Not just her though. Not just her.
That team's good. That team's going to be a problem.
That team is really good. Man, what is her name? Point guard for the Sparks. Rookie. Damn. Her name just slipped my mind, but because Dawn Stegler, she was at the game. She played at South Carolina last year. She was point guard.
Let me see this.
I think she has a chance to be Rookie of the Year this year.
Yo,
And-
did y'all see that Lexi Brown podcast when she was talking about DeAndre Ayton?
I didn't hear that. What happened? What'd she say?
Like she's not high on him at all. She's like, I just don't like him. Like
She said that? I mean,
Yeah,
not a
why
lot of
you
people
do
do that, man.
There's the way she said it. She was like, I just don't like him. Like, why do you play like that? He's 7 feet.
She's got a point. I mean,
He's
you are
right.
so.
But her
Like-
game, but she's like her. She's always been a very good shooter. Off the dribble right now, she's at another level that she hasn't been in a few years now. She's looking really, really good.
Yeah, New York Liberty. I know they lost their first game, but then they came back and Brianna Stewart went all the way off.
She's still a hooper, bro.
She's still hooping, and the Liberty they are loaded. The Liberty are loaded.
She had what 45 points?
She had 45. She had 45. They are loaded. Her, Jonquel Jones. You got Sabrina Ionescu. Oh man, Oh, never mind. He's not hurt. Who I thought Kyle Lowry got hurt.
Nah, he good.
No, he didn't. He's good.
All right, good.
No, he did get hurt.
Oh no, he hurt.
I don't think it's that serious. I think he got hit in the area.
Yeah, it happens. Anyway,
But yeah, you got Brianna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquel Jones. They're loaded. The Aces, they're loaded. I'm looking forward to watching. I'm going to be watching a lot of WNBA this year. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of these games and a lot of these teams. But I think everybody's still expecting. I think they're still expecting the Aces and the Liberty to be in the finals. But
watch out. There's a lot of good teams out here. The Sparks look like they're much improved.
I'm telling you, man.
The Mystics, Landale Dawn is still out there.
She's back because I think she missed the entire season last year. She's back. That's another storyline right there. So you got a lot of great players returning. You got great players, look, all over the place. So it's going to be fun. It's some fun basketball to watch.
It's really fun. The league is growing. I'm really happy for them. I hope they get some more expansion teams because they've had this problem. There's too much talent coming in and not enough teams to really support all the talent.
Bring back the Miami Soul.
I think they only have 12? 12?
They only have 12. So and they're talking about bring back the Miami Soul.
Expand Toronto because they drew a hell of a crowd.
Oh my God, that Toronto crowd looked amazing.
It did.
Sport team.
I think you can add a team in Toronto, add a team in Miami. You can add a team in. What about a team in a WNBA team in Denver?
Denver would be.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, you can add a team in Denver.
Well, they want to add more teams.
I'm pretty sure they support the WNBA team.
They need to. They need to have some more teams.
I know Sacramento used to have a team. They used to have the Sacramento Monarchs. Maybe bring them back.
There's a lot of markets that are starting for the WNBA team. They can support them. They will come out to those games. The league is in a healthy place when it comes to the talent. There's too much talent coming in and just not enough infrastructure to really keep them employed. Because you see top 10 picks getting waived.
I think a top 5 pick from last year's draft got cut, bro.
It's actually kind of nuts.
Yeah, definitely. But those are 14. Those are 4 teams, 4 cities, really. Like I said, bring back the Miami Soul and the Sacramento Monarchs.
Yeah, you gotta have.
You can add a team. Yeah, you can add a team in Toronto and add a team in Denver. You're good. That's 16 teams right there, and just continue to expand each year.
Continue to expand, continue to grow, continue to get better, continue to showcase the talent you have on hand right now. It's going to be a good place. It's
you got NBA players, NBA teams supporting too, so more money is going to be going in. So now you're going to have the support. You're going to have the money to be able to do this and grow the game because you have a lot. Like you said, Marcus, it's too many great players, too many talented players coming in not to add teams.
You know another city you need to add on?
Who?
Philadelphia.
I would love.
Yes,
that would be dope. That would be dope.
I would love that.
I would love that. What about Boston?
Not bad. That's not bad. That's not a bad show.
Hey, Boston's a sport town, man. They will support. They
really will
support.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Another area that could have a women's basketball team that slept on, bro, which is like sports town itself. Don't sleep on Tampa, bro.
Hey, look, when the Raptors had to play there, they had a lot of support down there.
Bro, that city is jumping.
They're starting.
I do have one city in mind that it's kind of a wild card. What about somewhere like, say, Kansas City?
Yeah.
You know Patrick Mahomes getting behind that.
Hmm?
You know he's gonna get behind that. So yeah, I would love that. You have you have 2 LA teams for the NBA, right? What about adding another one for WNBA?
Like
because
they can
are going to be moving into their new arena. So then, once that opens, you got a second team out there.
Put another 10 in Staples. Why not? Crypto, whatever you call it.
Yeah, anywhere that support those women, man, because those girls play dope basketball.
A lot of talent. It's a lot of good talent. Honestly, if I were a basketball coach, I would probably use WNBA games as teach tape because the game is so fundamentally based, and the shooting is much better in the WNBA. They have to rely a lot on ball movement, player movement.
I agree.
All that stuff.
I agree.
And it reminds me, there's another guest we have to get on to discuss this too.
Oh,
we got to get Andrea Carter on here.
Andrea, I got to get Andrea back on.
She's all over the place when it comes to WNBA.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think she was in Seattle with the Storm for the Storm and the Aces game. And by the way, the Seattle Storm, they're I think in a rebuilding phase. Sue Bird retired.
Bird's gone.
Yeah, they are.
It is what it is.
I mean, they're kind of in they're rebuilding. You can tell.
Yeah, for the real though, the W deserves a lot more respect than it gets because like this is a league that has a lot of talent. It's fun to watch. The tennis is going up. This is a league that needs a lot more coverage.
Exactly, and you're going to keep players from having to go overseas to make more money. And we can hope. And I think the Brittany Griner situation pretty much did that. So let's keep these women in the U.S. and grow this game. Get them the money that they deserve, and really just grow this game. Like that's what we want to do and support these women. Because I mean, hey, let's be honest. Some of these women better than some of the men that's playing. So yeah,
the game is just as good. The game is fun. Just because they don't dunk all the time.
Yeah, more fundamental.
Because basketball is basketball to me. I watch it like 24/7. I don't care what it is.
Right. But
always shout to W, bro. Always.
Definitely. Hey, next week for sure. Because I know people are always talking about, there's going to be a week-long break with no ball. The W's on.
Yeah, WNBA's on watch.
Hey, watch cousin Courtney Williams, bro. Feel what I'm saying?
Oh, that is your cousin, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's what's up, Gerald.
Never forget watching her go freaking dominate.
Hey, you never know. You might get free tickets and be able to see her play in person.
That would be fire, bro.
Yeah, go and say, hey man,
hey cousin.
Or in the off season or whatever during the break, your cousin on the pod.
Yeah. Bro, low key, South Georgia got some women hoopers, dog. That just elite, but a lot of people don't know about it, So
yeah, and college basketball about to be up like that in the women's game.
Yeah, the women's game for college basketball.
Unless you got the Avengers on these.
Brogdon. I want Brogdon sent to China, bro. Brogdon's getting sent to China. I don't care 6 months a year.
Haley Van Lith, dog.
Oh my god.
Added Haley Van.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Shout out Flau'jae Johnson. Go watch that video clip on her page. Clickbait. Go watch that. Bro, she went stupid on that.
Why is Al Horford getting hot, bro? I'm free guy.
All right, 48. I'm looking at you.
Oh my god.
That bull crap tonight.
Relax.
Here you go with it already.
AB is 33-29. It's the second quarter. Breathe.
It's second quarter.
Still on that bull crap though.
And Tatum is shooting. Tatum is shooting mid-range jump shots for no reason. Malcolm Brogdon's missing layups. Trust me.
So, anyways,
y'all got any final thoughts before we get up out of here and watch the game?
Final thoughts, man. Again, my salutes and congrats to Miami for a great season, regardless of what happens. I mean, like, great season.
Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, man. Y'all made history, bros.
Oh yes.
Congrats to the Denver Nuggets. It's great for that city. You know what? That sports sound. That city has been the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup last year, and now the Denver Nuggets are going to the NBA Finals. So it's been a great year in the city of Denver for sports. So shout out to the city of Denver. I mean, the Broncos weren't that great this year, but they still show up. They're going to be a lot better this year. I would be completely remiss if I didn't bring this up. congratulations to Carmelo Anthony on your retirement, brother.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
a legend.
congratulations. And you know, did y'all watch the retirement video? Did y'all watch that?
Oh, it was
With
beautiful.
Kyan?
Man. I love the end. The
It was-
end. I
it
love the end.
It was beautiful because it's basically him passing the torch to his son. I mean, I love that. And by the way, keep an eye on his son, Kyan, because
Pure,
he is like that on the court.
pure.
I'm telling you right now, he is like that.
We will be fans.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching him. By the way, Bryce James transfer school. He's not at Sierra Canyon anymore. He's at what is it called? Campbell Hall, Studio City in LA. He transferred that. He's on the team with, I think, Bill Bellamy's son.
Bill Bellamy, that's crazy.
Bill Bellamy?
Yeah, his son's on that team. Yeah,
That's
he
hilarious.
somebody else's. Damn, who else is it? It's another famous son.
Y'all see that video of Bryce playing? Like he was being a dog for like 5 minutes straight.
I didn't see it. He was hooping.
Bro,
He
Bryce.
He was elbowing kids in like the
Yeah,
first
as
5
hell.
minutes. He got that bad with him.
Jimmy as hell, bro. I know LeBron be watching Bryce play sometimes. Like, that don't even mean. You sure he my kid?
Hey,
Me? I'm a civilian.
better than Bronny.
I think I always thought he was.
And Bronny's really good. So that's
Brian,
it.
Brian will have a career. I'll say that. He'll have a career. I think Bryce is gonna be if they were gonna be star potential, I think Bryce has a higher ceiling.
Oh yeah, he does. He clearly does. Bronny's gonna be good though. I think Bronny's gonna be really good. By the way, that USC team is loaded.
They're gonna be the most hated team since.
Oh, they're gonna be getting booed.
This is the OJ Mayo of USC teams.
I'll go before that. Remember when Romeo was on the team with DeMar DeRozan?
Oh my God. I do remember that.
No, by the way, did y'all hear that story that DeMar DeRozan talked about on Paul George's podcast?
Which, by the way, Paul
Which
George's
one?
podcast is actually really good.
Which one?
It actually is. Apparently, like they threw a party at there was a party at Masterpiece House. I think DeMar DeRozan was there. I forgot what it was out of control. It was wild. They said Masterpiece came and was pissed because of everything that was done in that house. Like they had one of them wild parties. I was like, wow.
As you do in college.
Wilding out? DeMar DeRozan out there wilding out?
Hey, man.
Hey, DeMar. Hey, I wouldn't.
Look, bro. Shout out to DeMar.
Shout out to my nigga Darnell, man.
Man, we really turning the ball over. And Grant Williams is hitting threes. You know what?
Nigga, have you seen the Celtics? Don't complain.
No, get a time. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Caleb Martin stepping up like Ray Allen, bro. Come on now.
I don't like what I'm seeing.
Y'all be all right.
Turnovers already. I don't need that.
Y'all gonna live, bro. It's gonna be
My
okay.
final thoughts, man. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony, man. Fantastic career.
Thank you for being my hero, a thick shooter. That's what I've been my whole life. So
Pause.
Whoa,
Pause. Pause. No, we not doing that. No. We do not condone what Jerry just said.
I did not mean it like that. I meant like, a bulkier guy hitting threes, banging them down low. You know what I'm saying? And turn around. That was my game.
It'd be like that, cuz. It'd be like that.
Yeah, kids, don't listen to Jerry. But yeah, shout out to Carmelo for a fantastic career. And I like that every team played for really every team in the NBA did something for him. So I like seeing that, the Knicks, the edits they coming out with. I love what they did. Shouting out Denver, showing love, because I know that didn't end well, them leaving Denver, but you kind of know they always gonna have a special place in his heart. They drafted him, so
Yeah.
man.
There's a whole like kerfuffle about the jersey retirement argument. Yeah.
I think you got to do that. You got to pay respect to both of them.
Yeah.
Melo what he did wearing that number, what he did before, and then Jokic now. You have to do that.
Oh dang, that's crazy. Yeah, you have to.
There's no way they don't do. They're definitely going to do that when Jokic retires.
They should.
Yeah, and if there are any kids listening, or even adults, go back and watch that LeBron versus Carmelo game when Melo went into Cleveland and took over LeBron's trap. That was one of the greatest points I ever seen.
Hey, watch that game. Watch that Knicks Bulls game from 2012, 2013. I want to say.
Definitely.
Pull another. Yeah. Like, bro, come on.
Let everybody know where they can follow y'all on social media, burner accounts, and everything.
J Breezy II is my Twitter. I am Breezy II is my backup. You can follow my Instagram at jlamar_II. Yes, sir.
You know me, it's same as usual. Marcus Davis 904 is my Twitter.
Darnell Monroe's on all social media platforms.
You know me. You can follow me on Twitter at AceWade1, on Instagram at Ace_Wade1, ladies. Hater. You can follow the podcast page on Twitter at Indie Evidence and on Instagram at Indisputable Evidence. And with that, it's been another great episode of Indisputable Evidence, and we're going to leave you as we always do. God bless y'all. Stay safe. Go Heat.
Go C's for life.
You just throw a crip right there for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Jared, you okay?
Yeah, I don't condone none of that.
That's not much better.
Shams doing at the game. But
Who at the game?
Shams.
Oh, you got cover stuff.
He ready to get Jaylen Brown traded, but
he trying to link up with Cam. You know what it is.
But yeah. God bless y'all. Stay safe. Take care of your mentals. Take care of your chicken. Take care of your loved ones. Tell them that you love them, and check on them every day. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Marcus,
Wash your ass, please.
with soap and a washcloth thoroughly.
Jimmy and the two twins and Vanessa, y'all get the message.
Well, y'all get it. If you don't, something wrong with you.
You a nasty Negro.
nasty.
Yeah, with that, God bless y'all. Have a great night. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Salute.